Hello there, and welcome to the Whole Healed Holy podcast, a place for conversations of the heart, for exploring healing, divinity, and all things sacred. I'm your host, Patricia Russo. I'm a mystic, muse, and spiritual teacher, guiding women into their hearts with a journey of softening. I'm a published poet, a lover of hearts, and a forever student. Welcome, love, to a sacred pause and hopefully a few tingles, and to a reminder that we are all whole, healed, and holy. I'm so happy you are here. Let's slip into today's episode. We yearn to live open as love's fullest light. May we each arrive here fully. May we be supported in every way in this work, with this journey, for our highest purpose first, and the best for all beings. May our combined love, our circle, and our sisterhood be an offering and an inspiration for everyone who feels it, witnesses it, or that it touches in some way. May it touch all for the better. May the light that we are open others to their light, to the light in all of us. This is the opening prayer that I have been sharing for the last 10 weeks in our open circle. If I could stay here, right here in this circle, doing this deep, deep work of the heart with women all day long and for the rest of my days, I would. This is my very favorite work of all, the work of a lifetime, the work that I was made to do, and the biggest honor of my life. The work of my personal journey and daily forever practice of opening as the love that I am, and the work of guiding women into their hearts to remember their unique opening as the love that they are. At the time of recording this solo episode, I am sitting in the most recent open circle with 10 wide open-hearted women whom I've been working with on this journey of softening for over a year. Many of them have been with me for several years. This is the nature of my work. It is deep, it is brave, and it is done over time. At the end of last year, when I was making a list of possible solo episode topics, I knew that I wanted one of them to be dedicated to this journey that I've been guiding for the past 10 years. This is the journey that I call Soften. And to be honest, writing the words to share today for this episode has been hard. It's been so hard for me. Because the truth is, most days I don't have the words for how deep, how powerful, how life-changing, how proud, how in awe, how honored, and how blessed I feel to be here with these women on this path together, healing ourselves in this way. But here I am, humbly trying today, because I want you, all of you who are listening, to know about these women. And I'm hoping that something that I share in this episode today will touch you, will inspire you, or will move you. Thank you for being here with me. First, I think it's important to know who we are. As I look into this current circle of sisters at the end of this journey with me, I see women of all cultures, all generations, all walks of life, women of various faiths and beliefs. And I see the bravest women that I know, women overcoming sexual abuse and trauma, violence at the hands of a man, betrayal and abandonment, and so much more. It brings me to tears every time I begin a new circle on this journey, to learn just how universal and prevalent some of these wounds that we face are for women. Yet when I look into the faces of the women in this circle after all of these months together, I see grace and forgiveness and radiance. I see wide open hearts. I see humility. I see empathy and compassion. I see rightfulness and sacred rage. I see absolute truth, faith, and devotion, and I see the embodiment of the most powerful energy possible, love. to witness the transformation of these women from armored up and overdoing to this final place that I call, with David Deida's help, open as love, is one of the most beautiful honors of my life. And it's also important to understand our why, because the why feels even more profound for me because of the courage that it requires. All of the women on this journey with me, and this is my story too, want to heal their relationship with men and the masculine. The work that I do here on the Soften journey is binary. This work is for women who desire to be in deep love with men. All of us have a desire to be fully connected to and embodying our feminine energy. And all of us come to this work more in our masculine, with a deep, deep desire to soften, to return to our hearts, and to live from there. I would love to take credit for creating this Soften journey from start to finish in a way that it lives today. But that isn't exactly how things work for me. I create more authentically, and oftentimes with my work, I create as I live the lessons myself. And this is certainly true for this journey of softening. Nearly 5 years ago, in the most perfect way, I was guided to deep inner masculine work as I found myself at the end of a string of lonely relationships and a long-lived and played-out pattern of attracting men that were perfectly reflecting back to me all of the ways that I was abandoning myself and out of integrity. At this exact moment, 2 really big pieces of wisdom dropped into my awareness that guided me and began to inform this journey. First, I stumbled upon a quote that stopped me in my tracks. It was a quote from Erica Jade that said, roughly, "Until and unless we are able to exalt our inner masculine, we can never birth the fullness of our feminine, the fullness of our Shakti." When I first read this, I felt dumbfounded by the idea of an inner masculine, which at the time was foreign to me. And I was wildly inspired to investigate the truth of this statement by proving it for myself. The second piece of wisdom that came into my awareness was David Deida's book, The Way of the Superior Man, which landed in my lap at a beautiful retreat that I was on in Mexico 5 years ago. Everyone at the dinner table had read the book but me. And so many of these dynamic people were saying that this book changed their lives. I ordered the book right away and read it before I arrived home from that trip. David Deida's book made an important impact on me. I saw myself in the way that he described women in this book, and this was powerful affirmation for me. And the book became an example of what a superior man is for me that I did not really have before this. Jade's quote and Deida's book were the inspiration for a curiosity that I began regarding exploring my own inner masculine, with the intention of birthing the fullness of my feminine. I began with 4 themes, and I created a conversation that I opened up to women who were already in my field of energy. 7 women joined me in this first circle, which I call Honoring Your Inner King. And the 4 themes are, and they still are today, they were the original themes when I began this conversation 5 years ago, and they are still the themes of this work today. The law of polarity, the collective masculine, our inner masculine, and sacred balance or sacred union. In the last 5 years, I have proven Erica Jade's quote to be true over and over and over again. This inner masculine work is so transformational and so profound on its own that it has changed the lives of every single woman who has joined me. And that is saying so much. And I have learned that this inner masculine honoring, which in its essence equates to the deepest healing that we could ever imagine of the wound between the masculine and the feminine in all aspects, that this is so, so, so important, paramount even, for any softening beyond this, that I require this circle for every woman who joins me on the Soften journey. This inner masculine exploration is the first required step in this deep work of softening with me. The Soften journey consists of 4 individual, unique, but connected bodies of work, which happen in intimate circles of women. I cannot do this work by myself. This deep healing journey is most potent when not done in isolation. The beautiful truth is that these circles make up the exact medicine needed for all of us to heal. We begin with Honoring Your Inner King, which is an 8-week circle exploring the 4 themes that I mentioned, along with a 30-day practice which helps us to collect data about our inner masculine, and 4 sessions which include embodiment exercises so that we can integrate the new awareness together. From here, we move into a series of 3 12-week circles with 1 month of integration between them. The first is called The Vow, and I lean heavily on the wisdom of Alison Armstrong as we explore her book, The Queen's Code, together in this circle. This circle allows us to expand our ideas and desires of being in our feminine while broadening our awareness about men. Armstrong's book gives us practical language and wisdom to understand the differences between men and women, and we each take a vow during this circle, which has the potential to change our lens and our life in powerful ways. The second is called Embody, where I offer a feminine mastery embodiment practice once per week, which helps us to integrate and practice the wisdom from the vow. There is a distinct difference between awareness or wisdom and embodiment. This circle's sole purpose is to inspire each of us to embody this wisdom. These practices touch on humility, forgiveness and grace, discernment, instinct and intuition, capacity and receiving, communication, devotion, and so much more. And the third circle is the Open Circle, where we read David Deida's Dear Lover together and explore opening as love. This circle is an invitation to dilate, to become the prayer, to remember, and to open as love, the ultimate softening, the ultimate expression of the feminine. It is the landing place where we finish our journey of softening together, and it is made even more magnificent because of the time, the witnessing, the sisterhood, and the transformation and healing that we experience over all of these months together. The Soften journey is an 11-month journey, but it takes more than a year with the integration months between circles. This journey is a virtual one. We meet on Zoom, and the circles are intimate with no more than 10 women per circle. In addition to the circles, I offer weekly 30-minute one-on-one calls because it's important to me that each woman feels seen and fully supported in her journey. These calls are my favorite because of the deep connections that are made. This journey is not a self-paced, pre-recorded journey, and it isn't found on any course platform. All of my online temple spaces are hosted on my website with the password-protected page, and every circle that I have the honor of guiding is a live journey with an intimate circle of women, meeting, loving, and healing in real time together. This is so very important to me. In my experience, this is one of the best ways for deep healing and lifelong change to take place. And this is why I'm committed to creating offerings like this and committing to them with my whole heart. Proudly, I'd like to share that the women who have softened on this journey with me are more deeply connected to their feminine essence. They have stronger, more respectful, and deeply loving relationships with men and the masculine. They are committed to more being and less doing. They have returned to a devotional and/or spiritual life and practice. They feel more joy and lighter in their bodies. They are in touch with their deepest desires and feel more empowered to share these desires. They are filled with practices which help them to navigate the dance in partnership and sacred union. They are more radiant and alluring. And most importantly, many have healed generational wounds around men and the masculine, and this has led to a profound shift in their lives in so many ways. The work of softening, of healing, of living more freely and more fully as the love that we are in our radiant being from our feminine is the journey of softening that I have the greatest honor in my life of creating, of guiding, and of supporting. To the sisters that are here with me, thank you, thank you, thank you a million times. Thank you. And to those of you listening who might feel a tingle to join me, I hope that you will follow that tingle. I'm right here and ready to love you all the way in, all the way through, and all the way out. Thank you for listening. It means a lot to me that we have shared this moment of deep conversation. If you feel inspired or touched by something in this episode, please leave a comment and/or a review. For more in all the ways, please find me at Whole Healed Holy on Instagram and at www.patricia-russo.com on the web. Stay close, please, and know that you are whole, you are healed, and you are holy. I love you. Until next time.